Hey guys, thanks for clicking my video. Today we're going to browse some Reddit. Am I the a-hole? Let's go. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to start making me breakfast every morning? I, 27 male, have been living with my girlfriend, 29 female, for several months now. For the most part, things are really good, and I plan to propose soon and hopefully have at least a couple of kids with her. Wow, okay. However, we've run up against a conflict. If the conflict is breakfast, and the guy's talking about proposing and having a couple kids, I think I'm a little concerned. All right, so she's an absolute morning person. I hate mornings. By the time I force myself out of bed in the morning and into the shower, she's already been up for at least 30 minutes, even though she has to be at work later than I do and is at the stove making breakfast. Dope. She likes a huge breakfast in the morning. She usually has eggs, either French toast or pancakes, hash browns, or breakfast potatoes, and sausage or bacon. So she damn, she whips up like a full blown like IHOP breakfast, man. That's awesome. Meanwhile, I only ever have cold cereal for breakfast, or maybe, if I'm feeling really ambitious, some instant oatmeal and orange juice. I only even start to come alive halfway through my second cup of coffee, and definitely don't feel like cooking in the morning. Well, I mean, whatever, man. I can relate. You can relate to that. I think we can all relate to feeling rushed in the morning. And definitely relate to the coffee thing. But yeah, no, I'm surprised, man. What's going on here, dude? If you're if you live with your girlfriend for several months and she makes like a full blown ham and eggs and sausage and bacon and French toast, damn, like how come you're not just getting some? Like, I'm not saying like make me breakfast, but if you're already making breakfast, how about like I don't know, throw an extra piece of French toast on there, whip up a couple extra eggs. I don't know. Okay. All right. So recently I asked her if she'd start making breakfast for me too. She asked if we were going to trade off and if I'd sometimes make breakfast for her too. I told her no, but reminded her that I do often make dinner for her. She said that since we trade off making dinner, we should trade off making breakfast too. I told her there's no way I'll ever be able to muster that kind of energy first thing in the morning, but that since she obviously can, that she should just make me breakfast too. I said that it would take next to no extra effort on her part to throw in a couple more eggs, strips of bacon, or an extra portion of hash browns, etc., since she's already doing it for herself anyway. But it started a fight with her saying that it wasn't fair for me to expect her to think of me in the morning since I don't do the same for her. Okay, well, I mean, you could see where they're both coming from, right? Like it's pretty obvious. This isn't too crazy a story or anything. I mean, it is reasonable to be like, hey, can you make me some extra? Can you make me some extra eggs, or can you make me an extra piece of toast or something? But if she's already feeling like underappreciated, like I'm getting that vibe. I'm getting the vibe like she's talking about trading off for dinner and how you guys trade off for like can we trade off for breakfast if we're gonna do this? If things are still that transactional, um, I think there's maybe some inequality there as far as expectations, or if she's feeling like you already take advantage of her, or you're not pulling your weight, then yeah, something like this is going to seem like extra. I think if you're already either reciprocal in other ways or going above and beyond in other areas, then yeah, I think she's being a little weird about not wanting to make some extra breakfast. But she doesn't owe you breakfast, I suppose, and if you're not going above and beyond, or at least very much pulling your weight elsewhere in the relationship, she's not going to want to do extra stuff for you. So let's finish up. Okay. She seems to think that her making breakfast for me should figure into our division of labor and that I should do something extra in return. There you go. But I think that since she makes a huge breakfast for herself every morning anyway, that throwing an extra portion of whatever she's making on for me would take next to no effort on her part. So why should I have to do more for her in return than I already do? I think it's the attitude, right? I think it's that. I think I think we just nailed that last paragraph is the wrong attitude in my opinion. Like I said, I can relate to him thinking, wow, it wouldn't take much for you to just make some extra breakfast, but it's that attitude that it would take next to no effort. Well, I mean, it takes some effort, and there's mental and emotional energy involved in doing something for someone else. It's not strictly labor. You're not her employer. It's a relationship, and so asking for something extra, an extra courtesy, an extra thought, an extra go out of your way, an extra 5 minutes to make sure I have some breakfast, that is an extra thing. And not that it should be that transactional. But again, if you're coming at it with this kind of an attitude, I feel like you're probably not going above and beyond in other areas. I feel like you're probably not compensating well enough in other areas for it to still feel so transactional. But let's see what Reddit has to say. I bet Reddit's better than me. So let's see. You're the asshole. LMFAO. Oh, so we'll take turns making breakfast for each other? Oh, no, you'll just make food for me. It's no extra effort for you anyway. The cheek on you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dude should have offered to make dinner every night in exchange for breakfast every morning. That would have made sense too. That would have made sense. Right? The only way I could see this as not the asshole is if OP was down to make dinner as often, or in my personal opinion, more often, as the girlfriend makes breakfast. And see that this is we're getting into that transactional nature of things where if you're not doing what they're talking about here, where it's like a strictly like dinner for lunch, meal for meal kind of thing, you just need to be pulling your weight into other areas. Maybe you don't like to cook, and maybe she really likes to cook, but maybe you don't mind doing laundry and she hates folding laundry. Whatever, right? Like we're all adults, you get it. Pull your weight in other areas, and if it's a healthy relationship, people are normally happy to go above and beyond for their partner, but not if you're an asshole and you're taking it for granted. You know what I mean? So okay. Yeah, come on, OP. Obviously, you're aware of the energy required to do shit like make breakfast in the AM, so you should be at least willing to reciprocate later in the day. Shit, I'd be tucking her in, kissing her goodnight, and reading her a bedtime story if I could wake up to motherfucking bacon and eggs some mornings. Edit to follow. Why is the extra work for you or her in the meal making a transactional should I, shouldn't I situation? I think, wow, so this guy's about to hit the nail on the head. I think in a healthy relationship, you should jump at any opportunity to improve your significant other's life, be it rushed mornings or later at night, especially since you said it's no extra effort to make you a breakfast alongside their own. It should be no extra effort for you to consider your partner as well. Yeah, let's see if there's another, but I think it's pretty clear, guys. The asshole. We'll just read another one. I kept waiting for the I make dinner every night, but it turns out you're just the asshole. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So, guys, if you like this video, give it a like. It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a whole lot to me if you throw a like on the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Give me some ideas of something else you might want to see. Hell, subscribe to the channel. It would just make my week. It would make my month. So if you guys see this and you dug it, give it a like, give me a subscribe, and yeah, thanks a lot. If you stuck around this long, hopefully I'll see you again soon. Peace out.